I just heard today that there's a group trying to tear down statues of Saint Michael, the Archangel in England, because it reminds them of George Floyd. Read this prayer. Note who's underfoot in this statue. And I want to read an act of reparation to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. O sweet Jesus, whose overflowing charity for men is requited by so much forgetfulness, negligence, and contempt, behold us prostrate before thy altar, eager to repair by a special act of homage the cruel indifference and injuries to which thy loving heart is everywhere subject, mindful, alas, that we ourselves have had a share in such great indignities which we now deplore. From the depths of our heart we humbly ask thy pardon and declare our readiness to atone by voluntary expiation, not only for our own personal offenses, but also for the sins of those who, straying far from the path of salvation, refuse in their obstinate infidelity to follow thee, their shepherd and leader, or renouncing the vows of their baptism have cast off the sweet yoke of thy law. We are now resolved to expiate each and every deplorable outrage committed against thee. We are determined to make amends for the manifold offenses against Christian modesty and unbecoming dress and behavior, for all the foul seductions laid to ensnare the feet of the innocent, for the frequent violations of Sundays and holidays, and the shocking blasphemies uttered under thee and thy saints, against thee and thy saints. We wish also to make amends for the insults to which the vicar on earth and thy priests are subjected, for the profanation by conscious neglect or terrible acts of sacrilege of the very sacrament of the divine love, and lastly for the public crimes of nations who resist the rights and teaching authority of the Church which thou hast founded. Would, O divine Jesus, we were able to wash away such abominations with our blood. We now offer in reparation for these violations of thy divine honor, satisfaction thou didst once make to thy eternal Father on the cross, and which thou dost continue to renew daily on our altars. We offer it in union with the acts of atonement of thy Virgin Mother and of all the saints and the pious faithful on earth, and we sincerely promise to make recompense as far as we can with the help of thy grace for all neglect of thy great love and of the sins we and others have committed in the past. Henceforth we will live a life of unwavering faith, of purity of conduct, of perfect observance of the precepts of the gospel, and especially that of charity. We promise to the best of our power to prevent others from offending thee and to bring as many as possible to follow thee. O loving Jesus, through the intercession of the Blessed Virgin Mary, our model and reparation, deign to receive the voluntary offerings we make of this act of expiation, and by the crowning gift of perseverance, keep us faithful unto death in our duty and allegiance we owe to thee, so that we may one day come to that happy home where thou with the Father and the Holy Ghost and reignest God, world without end. Amen. That was written by Pope Leo XIII in 1899, and this prayer was made in 1874, 33 years to the day before the miracle of the sun.